Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm currently about to start off my second episode of Skyblock. So without further ado, welcome back. And I did a little bit of work off camera. As you can see, I've now extended my base quite a bit. And I do also have quite a lot of trees grown. It was actually quite a pain waiting for these, but I also have some torches placed down as well now. I've got quite a bit of food as well, which is very nice. And let's start with possibly making a mob spawner. But first off, let's get rid of a few of these trees, and I'm hoping that phantoms aren't actually going to be spawning now. I have also made a furnace as well, so I could actually start getting some charcoal in order to be able to see around a little bit more. So let's try and get rid of this tree and start building out a platform about 25 blocks out to start with a mob spawner. And I have no idea as to what kind of stuff may spawn in here, but it'll definitely be interesting. And I'm also wondering, for my next episode, is there anything I should actually add into the world or take away? Now, depending upon how the mob spawner goes, depends upon what kind of stuff we can actually add and take away. But I'll ultimately leave that up to you guys to choose. And we've got another tree that's grown. That's good. So I'm actually going to build out a couple of different areas, and gonna start by possibly making our cobblestone generator, so we will actually have somewhere where we can start mining. And I'll actually build that off this way. Huh. And as we can see down there are a couple of mobs that are spawning. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. .24 blocks, and then we'll do the same again along this side, so we actually have our path. And the reason I'm actually using slabs on the lower half is to actually stop any mobs spawning in areas that could actually be classed as a dark area. So what I'm also going to do is make a couple extra torches and grab these ones out of here, and actually okay, that's an unusual spawn. And we can say goodbye to that log. I'm guessing I'd actually missed a tree from before, and we'll plant that one there as well. And we'll start putting some torches around here to make sure that mobs don't actually spawn. And do the same on this side as well. Just to make sure it's all lit up properly. And same on this side here. Yep. So now that this area is fully lit up, we will now move over and start making a platform for hostiles to actually move over. There we go. So now we'll head over this way and start making a platform to where we can start getting normal enemies and be able to get ourselves some mob loot. So that's 4 that way, we'll do 4 again this way. Actually we'll do 6. And then we'll go 5 over. And then we'll start to build a little structure, make it so it's actually completely dark. And then we should hopefully start seeing some zombies, skeletons, spiders all spawning. And from there we can actually start looking into getting iron and other possibilities from mobs. So here we go, let's light this up a bit, and then let's start building ourselves a little confinement. So if we start it here, and we'll build out a little bit more actually. We'll start making a little confinement in a moment, and build up, start making a couple of enemies spawn. And if I need to, I may cut the video for a moment or two while we get some extra materials. And hopefully wait for a couple extra trees to grow, if we don't have enough. But for now, everything seems all good. I'm getting quite a lot of materials so far. Getting quite a few trees which are growing now, which is really good. And we've got a farm off. Well, we've got a kind of reliable food source for now off the trees, especially with all the apples that keep growing. But another main goal of this episode is to try and get a bit of bone meal so we can start trying to get some grass and get some plants going, and hopefully get a wheat farm. and from there we'll then be able to actually get some other food sources. With the actual mob farm as well, if we do get spiders and stuff, we'll also be able to get a fishing rod and possibly be able to fish for extra items and materials, possibly leather and stuff like that. So today is going to be quite a productive episode. The mining is a little bit time consuming. So I will actually cut back in a moment once I've actually mined all of these trees and gathered up some more resources. Okay, so I'm back. As you may notice, I have actually put a little bit of a ledge going across just so I don't actually fall and end up killing myself. But so far I've not been doing too bad. We gathered a bit more materials, also got a bit more charcoal growing. Well, charcoal going, not growing. And oh god, that is a creeper. Oh, this is not gonna be a fun start. No, 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 no. Come on. Whew. Okay, so let's light this up for a few minutes. That could have ended really badly then. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on building this farm. Actually get it to where... Nope, I'm using the wrong block here. I wanted actual slabs for this bit. Hang on. I'll go and make an actual axe, that'd make it a bit quicker. And get a couple of them, because we're not going to be short on any wood anytime soon. And there we go, that just speeds it up so much. Okay, so carry on with all of the building for now. And I'm hoping that we actually get quite a few different mobs spawning in here, which will actually make it quite nice for, well, gunpowder and stuff like that. As you saw, we already got that from a creeper already. And I also need to extend that side out a little bit more, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that side, so we'll do 6 on this side, so that's 4, 5, 6, there we go. And so far it seems that this is going to actually be quite a nice functioning little farm. Okay, just going to gather a few more materials and I will cut back again in just a moment. Okay, I'm back after chopping down all of the trees and, well, most of the leaves. And, well, I've just realised we're going to have quite a bit of fun, because I actually forgot to put torches down on top of this base, on top of the mob spawner. So this is possibly going to be a slight little death compilation. Okay. Yep. So this is going to be a really fun moment. Actually, let's just make a couple of these swords and just put them in here, out of the way for a moment. As we now have to try and... Oh, I thought we were going to kill Creeper then for a second. Ah, great. Okay, so... I did not think this one out. Well, at least we know that mobs are actually able to spawn over there. So I guess that is a good sign. The only problem is we're now going to have to battle our way through to try and plant some torches and get through all of this. And I just lost all of my torches, but luckily we've got extra charcoal here. And let's actually put a little bit more in. There we go. So now we can, well, wait until day. And then make our move against the skeletons and the spiders. Well, the spiders will be passive for now. But what we're gonna need is our building blocks again to actually rebuild. And God, he has quite a bit of range on him. Oh, nope. Let's eat a little bit of the apples. Now I know I could just jump off and like just get my health back, but there's no fun in that. So let's put all of that in there. And see if we can actually take down this skeleton quickly. Well, we did it, but we just lost the bomb he already would have dropped. Well, let's get these torches around here quickly. Okay, so let's quickly run back over here, get our building blocks again, and rebuild, I guess. Oh, I cannot believe I did not actually think they'd spawn on top. Even though there is nowhere else for them to spawn, I genuinely did not think of putting torches on top. So I guess I kinda deserved that one. But let's get this built back up. With this going along. Okay, and let's actually build up here and put our torches on here so that we can stop them from spawning and blowing up anything else. Actually, that'd bug me if that was offline. Off center, I mean. And just for having it symmetrical. As anyone probably would. And now let's dig down. Put in our back wall. On the sides. Build out a little bit more so we can actually stay safe if we ever have to move back. Move the torches back. And here we go. So for the final finishing touches on this mob farm, what we're gonna do is put slabs all the way across the top. So that it's actually dark enough for mobs not to spawn. Well, so that it's actually easy for mobs to not hit us. We will get rid of the torches in here and then close it all off. I think we should actually build this out, well, this bit a little bit more, just so we can actually hit their feet and we definitely know they won't be able to see us. There we go, and I've got more than enough wood, so that's going to be nice. And hopefully if we can get some iron, eventually we will actually be able to make hoppers and make this a little bit more automated. Finishing touch, and there we go. We should now have a working mob farm. So if we go back over here, wait a few minutes, we will then be able to see if anything actually spawns. But what I'm thinking as well at this moment is starting to actually build a little platform just underneath, so that we can actually start growing other things other than just trees. We could hopefully start with an actual farm. Have a little area possibly like this big for trees to spawn over that way. Build a little platform underneath, mine out all of this dirt, and then we could actually start making this bit an actual house. We'd also be able to get the rest of this stone and turn it to wood, instead of having it as cobblestone and smooth stone. So let's have a quick look and see now if we've actually got any mobs to spawn. And yes, we actually have a zombie already. So at any point, if we do need to collect a loot, all we'd need to do is just quickly light it up, break in, and now we have some rotten flesh. And like I said, eventually I'm hoping we can get all of this kind of automated to be able to collect mob drops. But for now, we've got ourselves a working mob farm. Another idea I do have as well is to build another little platform a few blocks over that way, so we can start getting a cobblestone generator going. And I believe there may be a piece of wood in there as well, so we're going to have to get rid of that. But for this episode, I do believe that will be all. I do hope that you've actually enjoyed this episode, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. Bye.